Welcome back to the Local Ads Bootcamp. This is day 5. We're going to be going over everything with DMs in this one. So far, you know what the Instagram funnel is for service businesses. You know how to script out your ads. You know how to post them as ads. Now in this one, we're going to go over once they come in as that follow, now what? You're going to get maybe 5 to 10 new followers a day, and you're going to have people to follow up with. I'll show you exactly how to follow up with them in this video. Okay. Who am I? Luke Dobson. I've helped 190 local service businesses across 140 different niches dominate using Instagram, using this same exact system that I teach and that I'm giving away, for you guys. So I want you to implement this. If you have any questions, DM me on Instagram. Okay. All right. We're diving into the most critical part. It's followers into clients, into customers, which is genuine conversations in the DMs. Okay. Don't mind the shadows here, okay? We're gonna get right into it. You've done the hard work of getting their attention with your ads and content. Now it's time to turn that interest into real business opportunities, okay? Once they come in as a follow, and I can only preach on this if I'm doing the same exact way. This is how I get all of my clients, besides, word of mouth and referrals, is using the DMs, okay? So follower to conversation. We're going to be going over how to make these conversations not feel salesy, not feel awkward. And the truth is, majority of small business owners either ignore their DMs completely or come on way too strong, or they're using some type of AI. Hey, thanks so much. We'll get back to you when we can. In the meantime, give us a call. Like those automated messages, those don't do any good. Okay? These approaches leave money on the table. The businesses that win are the ones that treat the DMs like what they really are. The start of a genuine relationship. It is relational over transactional in the DMs, okay? By the end, you'll have a simple, repeatable system for turning curious followers into qualified leads who are ready to do business with you. Because your content does 90% of the selling for you. They should already know what you do, what type of clients you serve, and, obviously your local area and what you specialize in, okay? They know what you do. They see your page. They see exactly what you do. Then they hit follow. So what happens a ton is once you start that conversation with people, then they open up very quickly on why they started following you, okay? And we'll break that down, okay? For me, for example, this is just a screenshot on my DM today. Take a look at this, okay? Hey, Luke, there's just, obviously, I built this out. We're running like $1,200 a day in ad spend for this. And so we're going to get a ton of followers or a ton of DMs out of this, okay? But you can see, being on the truck, having an answer, that's his biggest problem. 5 minutes ago, landscaping business, doing good, sent, interested, doing great so far, blah, blah, blah. How long they've been in business? In the last 5 minutes, okay? And this is my DMs all day long. So I'm going to break down the systems that have worked for me and that we've implemented for every single one of my clients, okay? There we go. Let's go to present. How about that? Oh, look at that. All right, let's keep going. So, yeah, I'm going to show you how to do all this. Let's get right into it. Next. Boom. Why DMs are your secret weapon, okay? They've seen your ad. They've clicked through your targeted ad because something within that ad resonated with them, okay, and their needs. They viewed your profile, they took the time to check it out, check your bio, check out your content, they watch your content, and then they know what you do and who you help. By the time someone DMs you, they've already taken multiple steps towards becoming a customer. You are not cold calling them. You're not interrupting their day. They came to you. Your job is to simply guide the conversation, not to convince them from scratch. This is a warm outreach at its finest, and that's why it converts so well. You got to think, okay? When somebody comes in as a follow from the ads that we help set up in the other videos, you got to think like they're at your storefront. They knocked on your storefront, and nobody's answered it yet. Okay, so what you have to do is you start that conversation with them by opening up the front door and putting your hand out to shake their hand. That putting your hand out to shake their hand is you sending that first DM. They're already there. They already know. They already peeked through the window. They've already seen what you do. And they're interested because they're at your storefront. They followed your page. Okay, so now it's up to you to open the door, be friendly, have that smile, and shake their hand. Okay, put your hand out to shake. If they reply, awesome. That's a lead. Okay, or you find out why they followed you. All that. What not to do in the DMs. I hope that analogy works. I've explained it a couple times, and a lot of clients like it. So don't ask for the sale immediately in this. Once somebody comes in, don't send a long paragraph. Thank you so much, blah, 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 blah. If you need services, blah, 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 blah. No, absolutely not. Don't jump straight to the book now or ready to buy, but without building any rapport. Dropping a booking link too early. If you just throw a Calendly link at somebody, it will feel transactional, okay? I've tested this myself. We ran Calendly links for a very long time. Actually, probably like a month, 3 weeks to a month. And our response rate dropped so much because people had to then, it didn't feel personable. It didn't feel personal. They had to put in their phone number, email, phone, all that, first name, last name, find a time. And they get distracted and then they don't book in and then they didn't respond back. So what we now do is everything's manual. So I would not recommend a calendar link for the same reason. I've tested it out. And you just want the easiest way to get on a phone call with somebody. So the whole thing with this is, whole goal with the ad is to get people to follow your page, okay? Once people follow your page, now it's you in the DMs. The whole goal of the DMs is not to sell in the DMs. It is to get somebody on a phone call. Because once they're on a phone call, you know how to sell it. And you know how to find what their actual pain point is, okay? Don't send long walls of paragraphs of text because it can overwhelm and feel desperate, robotic, not professional. And don't just say, how can I help with no context? It puts the burden back on them and makes you sound generic. You want them to have like the most simplest responses. And they can open up if they'd like. All these approaches feel transactional, which I said we're trying to make it relational over transactional. And kill trust before it even has a chance to form. Remember, people want to work with businesses they feel comfortable with, not the ones that treat them like a number. So when you're actually genuine with them, I hopped on a phone call with a guy last night at like 8:45 p.m. Okay, I was in my DMs, and he invested with another marketer, and he was just curious on what I do. I'm like, hey, I actually got time right now. And then boom, sent me his number, and we hop on a phone call, Zoom call now today, okay? Just like that. But it wasn't even pitching. It was just like hearing him out, hearing what he's doing for his marketing right now, and wanting other options, So, there was no pitching involved in the DMs. It was just like, hey, yeah, happy to help, okay? Same thing you guys are doing. Okay, InstaClose DM flow. Ready for this? Let's get this out of here. 5-step proven system that turns followers into qualified leads. This is what I've done. This is what works for all my clients, okay? You got to open the conversation, keep it super friendly, low pressure, acknowledge. It's going to always be acknowledge, ask is what I've heard in the past. Acknowledge, ask, okay? Show where you understand where they're coming from, ask smart questions, offer help, position yourself as the guide who can solve their problem. What problem can you solve in the DMs and then on a phone call before they buy? What problems can you solve? Move forward naturally, suggest a logical next step without being pushy. Each step builds on the previous one, creating momentum that keeps the conversation feeling natural. It's not a script to memorize word for word, it's a framework to guide. Only soft selling only. Huge part to this. Okay, don't worry about these AI drawings. This is Gamma.app, Gamma AI, that helped me build this, okay? It's less about this, it's more about the actual information, so screw the, there we go. Screw the AI videos, okay? Let's get right into it. So, the DM opener. Hey, Luke, appreciate the follow. I see you're located in Scottsdale as well. How long have you lived there? How long have you lived here? Simple. You build rapport and ask a question about them. Spend 10 seconds looking at somebody's page, being like, oh, okay, yeah, what do we have in common here? Oh, we have a couple of mutuals in common, and they're here in town. Then you talk about that. Like, hey, I see you follow August Ott. Like, I'm curious, how long have you been following, or like, how do you know him? You just start like that, okay? What this does is it's zero sales. You're just having a genuine conversation about them, and people love talking about themselves, so always remember that. Only after then can you ask, are you here for the content/videos? Are you in the market for a renovation project, or drain cleaning, or plumbing help, whatever it is. This opener, the first top one, is simple, friendly, and most importantly, it gets them talking. You're not pitching anything. You're not asking for them to commit. You're just showing appreciation, genuine curiosity. You're having a genuine conversation with them. People can feel when it's not genuine. So truly, like, take some time, spend 10 seconds looking at their Instagram page, and see ways that you can build rapport with them. This is going to go a long way. The beauty of this question is that their answer tells you exactly what they're interested in. Maybe they saw your ad about bathroom remodeling, maybe a friend tagged them, maybe they've been following for weeks. Their response gives you the roadmap of where you take the conversation. So keep it super, super relational here. No pitching. And just you are the expert here. Clarifying questions that work. Once they've responded to your opener, your next job is to understand their specific situation. Here's the key. Ask one question at a time. Multiple questions can feel like an interrogation, and one thoughtful question feels like a conversation. Okay, home services. Is this for your property, your home, or a rental property? Timeline. Are you looking to do this now or just exploring options? Is this for a property here in Scottsdale? These questions serve multiple purposes. They show you care about about their situation. They help you qualify whether it's a good fit and how to keep the conversation moving forward without feeling forced. One thing at a time. Listen to their answers carefully because they're telling you exactly what they need. Okay? So just have a genuine conversation. The whole goal of the DMs is to get them on a phone call as fast as possible. Once you have the pain point down and you know you can solve the pain point, get them on a phone call. You're wasting time if you're just in the DMs asking a million questions. Okay, so yeah, you're here in Scottsdale dealing with this, and this. Hey, we help with that. Can I break down exactly what it would look like for you on a quick call? Are you free tomorrow, later today or tomorrow? Simple. Okay. These questions work. Soft transition. Once you've asked a clarifying question or to understand their situation, it's time to transition from small talk to offering real value, but you want to do this smoothly and not abruptly. Okay? The magic phrase is, yeah, we help with that all the time. We deal with this all the time here in the Valley. If you want, I can explain how we usually handle this over phone call. Are you have any availability this afternoon for a quick chat? You can't just say, when would you have time? I either say something like this, availability this afternoon, or anytime before 10 a.m. tomorrow. You give them time slots. It's powerful because it does three things. It first positions you as an experienced and trustworthy, shows empathy by acknowledging their situation, and gives them control by saying if you want right here, which removes any pressure. Most people will say yes to this offer because you've built trust, you understand their needs, and now you're offering help. You're not selling, you're educating, and that's exactly where you want to be. Huge. You're not selling, you're educating. Oh. Okay, moving the conversation forward. When the timing feels right, at some point in the conversation, once you know that you can actually help them, you are doing a disservice to them by keeping them in the DMs and not hopping on a phone call with them. You need to hop on a phone call with them as soon as you can so you can actually help them. Okay? You'll sense they're ready for next step. You've got detailed questions. They've mentioned a timeline. They've expressed frustration. That's when you suggest moving forward. But again, you do it without pressure. Give them options and let them choose. Notice pattern. You're always offering first, then suggesting a logical next step. You never force it. If they're not ready, that's okay. Keep this conversation warm and following up later. The businesses that win aren't the ones that pressure people. It's the ones that stay on top of mind until the time is right. That's why we continually run ads too, because I've had clients that have followed me for a year and don't sign up for another year later. And they told me, Luke, I've been watching your content for the last year and it's time. Perfect. Cool. This is how it works. You stay top of mind, but you had a genuine conversation with them a year ago, and they remember that. Easiest next step is usually a quick call, so I can understand what you're looking for, want to do that, something like that. I like more of the approach of the, do you have any availability this afternoon or tomorrow for a quick call? Real life examples. See how this entire work flows with a real conversation, you and a potential client. Hey, appreciate the follow. Saw you're located here in Scottsdale as well. What made you check out our page? Or how long have you lived here? Something. Keep it super about them, especially on the first one. They respond, yeah, saw your ad, been here 5 years. Got it. Awesome. Longer than most. Haha. And then you can go into the asking about content. Are you here for the content / vids? Or are you here for something else? Or are you looking to get home renovated? Okay. Is this for your home here in Scottsdale? Yes. Wanted me to explain how we usually handle this, all this kind of stuff, okay? No fancy sales tactics, no manipulation, just a normal human conversation that moves from who are you to how you can help me. How can you help me? It's the power of the system. It works because it doesn't feel like a sales process. You're just educating them. Is the best way to put it. Educating, educating, educating. Remember the real goal. Too many business owners put pressure on themselves to turn every DM into a sale right away, which is not realistic and it's not necessary. The real goal of the DMs is to move the conversation calmly, confidently towards a phone call. That's it. That's what we're going for. Okay. Sometimes that means sending them more information. We do that all the time too. If they're not ready, but we know we can help them in the future, we'll just send them more information. We'll just say, hey, here's that free value guide that you were looking for. Hope it helps. Okay. That means stay in touch until they're ready. But the whole thing is they're now a follower. They're going to see your ads over and over and over every single day. They're not going to forget about you. Okay. Trust the process. When you focus on being helpful instead of being salesy, the sales happen naturally. People can sense when you genuinely care about solving their problem versus you just want their money. Be the business that cares and you'll win every time. Action steps for you. Okay, use this exact DM flow, 5-step system with every new follower who messages you. Open it up with appreciation, clarify their needs, offer value, and suggest next steps. Like, help them out. If it's just giving them free value, give them the free value. Don't copy and paste generic responses. Read what they're saying, respond authentically, and let the conversation flow like you're talking to a friend, not a lead. You don't need perfect words or fancy techniques. Just be yourself, ask good questions, and genuinely try to help them. That's what builds trust and closes deals. Okay. You can also set up instant replies. So I won't go over that on this video, but if you have any questions on how to set up instant replies, either YouTube it or ask me in the DMs and I got you. You can have these conversations like that are pinned to a specific keyword. So you type in time and then it will pop up, sweet, what time works best for you? Is it this or this? And you can send that. So instead of it's kind of like copy and paste, but it's only once you've built the rapport with them. It just saves you some time taking these out. This week, commit to respond to every new follower within 2 to 4 hours. I would say faster the better here. Using this framework, watch how the quality of conversations improves, how many leads turn into actual clients. This means you're actually posting content as well. You can't solely rely on the ad to get you new followers, because the types of content you create will reflect the type of buyer you're going to attract. So if you're going to do cheap content and show that you're doing this for a discount, you're only going to attract people that want that discount. And if you're a luxury builder, you don't want people that are just shopping around for cheapest price. Okay, so you show off in the content every single day the work that you're doing, the high quality, who your ideal clients are, stuff like that. That is the action steps. Use the DM flow. This is granted you're running ads and you have content up on your page. What's next? Giveaways. How to run local giveaways to blow up with followers. You now know how to turn followers into real conversations using the DMs, but there's a better, faster way to scale with running an ad at the same time. Followers, conversations at once. I'll show you how to run local giveaways from somebody that has ran 4 myself, and we've helped our clients do it a ton. These giveaways crush. I did it locally living in St. George, Utah. Okay, these work extremely well. I did a 1-person giveaway, a 2-person giveaway, 3-person giveaway, and I think another 2-person giveaway. So yeah, I've done a ton of giveaways and I know how they actually work. A lot of people on Instagram will say that, oh, you need to do giveaways, but they've never ran a giveaway themselves. I've done this correctly and very, very efficiently for me and my clients, and we'll break everything down in the next video. So I hope it helps. You'll flood it with DMs, you'll flood it with followers. You'll have to turn off your notifications for Instagram because you're going to need so many comments and follows. It's pretty fun. Dominate city in a local area without cheap leads or low quality. Okay, I'll talk about what you're supposed to give away, how you script it, how you run it. Most powerful strategies we use to use fast momentum. If you have any questions at all, reach out to me on Instagram DMs. My Instagram is, let me see. This is my Instagram here. Boom, Luke Dobson. Reach out if you have any questions at all. Shoot me a DM. I'm in my DMs all the time, and I can help you with anything that you got when it comes to anything that you've seen so far in this bootcamp video. Hope it helps, and reach out if you have any questions. Let's go.